Hi everyone, welcome back to Art Time with Mrs. Wiens. Today we are going to be making a little snowman, and we will be using some recycling like these egg cartons, some other materials that you might have in your craft area. So we can use pipe cleaners, some buttons or beads, pom-poms, and then either some yarn or some sort of a cloth that you can cut up as the scarf. And finally, we will also be using some paint. Now, I actually have found that the watercolor paint doesn't make it as white as I would like it. It doesn't show up as nice and bright, but that's what I happen to have around the house. So if that's what you have, that's awesome. But if you do have acrylic paint or other kind of paint that might work better than this, go ahead and use that. As well as potentially, I think that crayons or markers could work as well if you have a white marker. So let's get started. First, we're going to cut up our egg carton. You can see I used some of it over here. We're going to need 1, 2, 3 pieces of our egg carton today, and you're going to need an adult probably to help you cut it out because it is a little bit tricky. You want to cut off some of the tall parts here to make it even. And I'm going to cut around some of these little pieces sticking out as well. Alright, so now it's time to paint your snowman. Now, of course, the traditional snowman would be painted white, but if you want to have a colorful snowman, go ahead and get as creative as you would like. So when you're done painting your snowman, you're going to want to let it dry just at least for a little bit so that when you stick the other pieces on, they actually stick. So I'm going to set that aside here. It's always good to have a piece of paper underneath when you're painting so you don't make too much of a mess. And I'm going to use this paper for my background while I wait. You can write your name at the bottom to start. And then you can get creative with how you want to add the background. In this one, you can't see it too well from there, but I used my finger and some white paint, and I made little dots in the air to make it look like snow. Or you can draw them on with a marker or crayon or the paintbrush as well. So whatever you'd like to do, maybe this time I will paint on the snowflakes. To do a snowflake, I usually like to make the letter X and then the letter T through that. I know it's hard to see on this paper with the watercolor paints. Once your snowman is dry, you can begin to add the different parts of your snowman. So I'm actually going to use a marker to draw the eyes and the mouth on, but if you have googly eyes or something like that, feel free to use those. Again, we're kind of just doing a craft using whatever we have around the house. I try to make it so you don't have to go out and buy too much stuff. And for my nose, I use just a piece of this orange pipe cleaner. Again, you're going to need to get a parent, an adult, to help you cut the pipe cleaner because that can be really tricky and I don't want you to get hurt. Now, I also don't have any white glue at my house right now, so I thought I would try and see if I could make this happen using just tape and my glue stick. So that way, if you don't have white glue, you can try this, but it might be a little bit easier with some white glue. So I kind of just have to get that on the pipe cleaner there and stick it right in the middle. And there's my nose for my snowman. Next, I'm going to do the arms. So again, if you could get an adult to poke a hole on the sides of your egg carton. And then I'm I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and put it through the first hole on this side. I'm going to weave it through until I can find the hole on the other side. And it goes right through, so you can shape, the nice thing about using pipe cleaner is you can shape his arms, his or her arms, however you'd like to make them. Perfect. Next, we are going to work on the earmuffs. So on the top of the head, I put some earmuffs on. You can pick a pipe cleaner. I like to measure it out first to make sure I see where I need to cut. So I'm going to cut it right around there. And again, I'm going to get creative with my glue here. And I'm going to put a bunch of glue on my pom-poms. Alright, and stick the pipe cleaner as far as you can. Kind of squish the pom-pom right into it to make sure it sticks really good. No matter what kind of glue you're using, it's important to really get it attached so every part of the glue spreads and sticks the best way. So now this part, I find it almost just stays on the snowman's head all on its own, but if you'd like to add glue, you can put some on the sides just to make sure that it sticks and doesn't move around too much. And really push those pom-poms on without them falling off. There's the earmuffs, and now if you have buttons or beads or you just want to use your marker, we're going to add some buttons onto the snowman. Just one. I did 2 on that last snowman. Maybe I'll do 3 buttons on this one. Maybe he's wearing an extra long coat today. 1, 2, and here's number 3. So I don't think, oh, actually I am missing something. He needs a scarf. So in this one I used 2 little pieces of yarn. This time I found this really big bulky yarn and I thought that could be a nice warm scarf for him this time. So maybe again I'm going to measure around the neck and cut a piece. And if you know how to tie a knot, you can slip it behind him and tie the knot. Or what I like to do, this is my trick, I hold it right in the middle like this, and then the other hand holds the bottom strings, and then I put it behind his neck and I stick this part through the loop that I have. And that makes a nice looking scarf there. But again, just doing a simple knot or having your parent help you, your adult help you is another great idea. Oh, his buttons keep falling off. Maybe you should do the buttons at the end. Have to add more glue. Okay, so there's my snowman. This guy's got a really comfy scarf. It's very big on him. And it's time to stick it to your paper. So for this part, I found that this glue won't do quite as good of a trick because of how many ups and downs there are on the snowman. So I actually used some tape for mine. If you have some clear tape, that's best, or maybe white since the snowman is white. And I took a nice long piece and I stuck it right on this part here, on the between the bottom 2 bumps. Like that. Put it down, and then I stuck those pieces of tape down. You might need another one on each side just to make sure that it's extra secure. You don't want your snowman falling down. Great. And then you might want to put one on the top of his head as well. I put some tape here to attach to the paper. right, so there is our snowman. We've already got the background decorated, but if you'd like to add more, go ahead. And before I hang it up on my wall with his friend over there, I'm gonna suggest that you leave it to dry first because, oh, see, one button already fell off, stuck to my hand. So I would leave it flat like this to dry, so that way, when you do lift it up to hang it up, you can see that nothing on this guy is falling down because I let it dry first. All right. I hope you enjoy your snowman, and maybe after you're done making it, you can go play outside in the snow if you have any snow. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.